Hey y'all, thanks for checking out Euclid Mining. Today we're going to be talking about Thor Financial and their node project. We're going to be talking about when are they going to stop selling these nodes and when they're going to turn into NFTs on the marketplace. Also going to talk about how to strategize to get to 10 nodes per tier. And we're going to talk about fees, and more fees that they have imposed on everyone. So let's go ahead and jump over and start taking a look at all these things. So right now the price of Thor is $31.19. Not that impressive, especially when you look at them for 30 days out. They were up in the $76 range, and now, as you can see, we did have a little push up, but it did drop down to, what is that, in the low 20s? Yeah, 21 and change. So it was down, and if you were looking to get in, that was probably a good time. It still is a good time to get in. First off, this isn't financial advice. You got to do what's best for your pocket or pocketbook. Don't listen to some guy on the internet. Do what's best for you. For me in my pocket right now, I will tell you what I've done and my opinion on this project. So like I was saying, right now, if you had thought to get into it, it is low. It did jump up a little bit. You can see it's starting to slide back down a little bit from yesterday. Let's do the 24 hours. You can see it really did start to jump up there. I think everybody got excited when they started to see it go back up into the mid 30s range. And then, of course, it started going sideways and then dropped back down. So it has dropped, about $4, $5 since yesterday. So not, tremendously exciting, but there you have it. Now, let's go ahead and before we look at the calculator or compounding, let's go ahead and look at some of the fees that we have going on right now. So right now for the fees, what they have is for the Hemdal, this is what they cost to buy each node. This is what they're making per day. That's your reward percentage. The claim tax. So if you want to claim the money and take it out, they do hit you for 1% fee, 5% Freya, 8% Thor, and 10% for Odin. The maintenance fee, this is something new that they added, and this is a maintenance fee of $5 per node, $10, $20, and $80 per node. Now, of course, those are a little high. When you look at the money that you're getting as a return, it's not that much considering what you are getting, but still, it does add up. Now, they do talk about return on investment. Now, they call it ROT for return on Thor, but this is really your ROI. And they're saying 156, 125, 87, and 77 days for the Odin. But you also have to take in consideration that if you are paying, if you want to claim your money and truly ROI on this, don't forget that you're going to pay, say, 8% on this node for your claim. Also, to have it running for the month, if you're doing a month by month, you will have to pay an additional $20. So this 87 days that they put up on is really not what it is, because you have to take into account the $20 and the 8% that they're going to hit you for. So this number is really not that accurate in my opinion, obviously, because they're going to hit you with extra fees. Now, this maintenance fee is a new one, and I'm really not a big fan of this because when the price was down, I do have a couple Hibdal, and it cost $5 a month to have one of these nodes, and you were making, I think it was like $6.20 or $6.10, something like that, when it was down to the $21 mark. And it was like, okay, I got a node and I'm making $6 a month on it. Okay, yeah, really not that exciting, I get it. But when you think about then they're going to hit you with a $5 fee and then that 1% claim tax if you're trying to get your money out, you really don't have any money left. I think you ended up with, like I said, about $1.20, and then you got to, take out the fee over all of that as well, because it's claimed on the entire amount of the $6. So it's going to take that out as. Anyway, the bottom line was that you really weren't even making money. So they did talk about lowering the maintenance fees down for the Hemdal and the Freya. But the Thor and the Odin, they're going to leave those, I believe, the way they are. So they may lower these down. I think this really should be lower considering how low the profitability is for this. Even if the price did go up, profitability is still very low for this tier. So if you just want to break the ice and get into this, obviously this tier is the cheapest at 1.254. And we're going to get into the spreadsheet and I'll show you that. not that exciting to see all the fees. So if you want to claim your money, you pay a fee. If you want to compound, there is a small fee. Don't forget you have to pay gas fees when you do this as well, and they can run up there a little bit. Then of course you got your maintenance fee, and then of course let's go ahead and bring this one over as well and show you this one. This was the original rewards down here. Now this is where they had it, and this is where they pulled people in. Now look, I'm still investing in this project, though I'm having a hard time swallowing this pill because it's been a struggle. Now I get it. They started off with the rewards being really high, and they did have to lower them down. But I feel like, when you start a project and you start with such high rewards, and hey, hate me for saying it, but they sucker people in to get involved in the project. And then I get it, you don't want to call it a rug pull because they haven't completely abandoned you, but when they hit you with this, it really is a shock to the system. So let's look at what they really were giving you here. So we'll talk here 0.05, and this is what they are now. This is what you were getting before, 0.13. So that's more than a 50% reduction in this. The current reward's 0.33, where it was what was that? I'm sorry, 0.33, and it was the new rewards are 0.14. So again, more than 50%, and it just goes across the entire board like that. So more than a 50% drop in your rewards. So if you got into this project and you bought into it when the price was high, and you're like, okay, I'm buying into it, it's high, but you know what? I'm going to get this money back in X amount of days and it'll be okay. So when they came out with this new reward structure, it really was a shock to the system. 50% gone, right out. That's it. You're out, 50%. So I really didn't like that. And then when I look and I see all the other fees that they're putting in there, it makes you feel like, okay, the project is not sustainable because they keep adding these fees in order to put more money into the pool to pay rewards. So I'm paying an extra $5 for a node to pay rewards, which really equal just my rewards. So why am I paying a fee anyway? Because I'm really just paying my rewards if I take that money out at the end of the month. It just didn't make sense for me. Maybe on paper it looks good, but I don't think that these monthly fees really have a big enough impact. They have a big impact on paper, but in the end, it's anyway, it doesn't really seem like it's going to make a big enough difference. Also, when you pay, when you claim Thor. So the idea is that they didn't want you paying your fees in Thor, so now you pay them in Avax, and that's the native token of the Avalanche chain. So you're paying your fees with Avax, and the idea is that if you pay them with Thor, then that's showing the price that people are selling Thor to pay their fees. And the idea is that if they use Avax, then it won't show that decline. But the truth is that for me, because I've been a little discouraged, I will claim my Thor. I will convert that to Avax because the Avax chain, Avalanche chain, is very cheap with gas fees. Even though I'm complaining about them earlier, they are very cheap. So but it's just another added expense. That's why I bring it up. But I will claim my Thor, change it to Avax, and then pay my fees, which is doing the same thing as what they were trying to get away from. So maybe some people have some Avax in their wallet, and they're going to use that to pay the fees, but eventually they'll run out of that. And then what you'll have to do is you'll have to take money out of your own pocket, buy AVAX, and then pay your fees. And to do that every month is you can see that coming out of your pocket. And to me, that is discouraging. If I could pay my fees straight with my node profits, I look at the node profit as once you've ROI'd, or ROT as they call it, I won't be as disenchanted with the project when that happens, because if, let's say, I get my money back, then you can look at it as play money. Now, of course, it's not play money because this is real money, and you are making some money, but you've already paid back your money. You've already made back your money, I should say. And now when you pay your fees, if I could pay it with Thor, I wouldn't feel as bad because it'd be almost like a wash. The other way is that I have to actually take money back out of my pocket, put it into the chain, buy more Avalanche token, AVAX, and then pay my fees. And that to me is, again, another pill to swallow, that they want you to do another step and to pay more money out of your pocket. I don't think this is a good strategy. It slowed me down from looking to buy more. And with that being said, let's go ahead and hop over to the calculator. So on the top right here, you can see these are the new rewards. On the bottom down here, these are the old rewards. We're going to look at both of them really quick, and then we're going to do a compound. As you can tell, I am still buying into this. I am compounding. I am still working towards getting 10 nodes of each tier, and we'll get into that in a minute. So I've already put the money, the numbers in here. This is a shared file. I'll have a link to all of the pages that I have today in the description below. And of course, if you have any comments, drop them down below of what you're doing with this project. I'd love to know what you're doing and which direction you're going in. If you haven't subscribed, hit the button. You know I always appreciate that. I'm almost at 600 subscribers, and I'd love to hit that mark. So keep that going, guys. I really appreciate everybody. So let's look at these numbers. Now, this sheet that I have here is a shared sheet. So you can see somebody right here is using it. Fox is using this one right now. You can see they've been looking at the numbers over here. So if it does change from time to time, that's because other people are using it. But for argument's sake right now, if we look, we're at 31.46. We'll just leave it at 31. And you can see what you're earning. So you're getting $7.44 a month. Now, I really should put another column in here and show what you're getting after you're paying your fees also, because you'll have to knock $5 off of this. That really means you're only making $2.44. Now, if you want to claim that, you're also going to pay that 1% claim fee, and you're also going to pay a small gas fee, but nonetheless, still another fee. So I'm paying claim tax. I'm paying claim fee. I'm paying a gas fee. I'm paying node monthly maintenance fee. And like I said, it just starts to add up to a point where you're like, okay, that's enough. You know, you've already reduced our rewards by 50%. Now you got us paying fees on top of maintenance fees. You know, all right, you know, it's slow down a little bit here, guys, okay? I think getting rid of that maintenance fee or giving the option to pay with Thor, I get what they're saying. The same thing just changed over on Vapor nodes, something else that I've invested in. Same idea. I'm going to have a video on that in the next 2 days. I'll be doing my 2-week profitability with them. But it's the same idea that, you know, they've just changed over where they're doing the same thing. But in essence, you know, because theirs are a lot lower in price, that amount of Avax for me to pay is easier of a pill to swallow, because it's just such a minuscule amount that it doesn't really affect you that much. You talk about 0.002 or 0.004 in fees, which is virtually nothing. So that's not a big deal. But over here, when you do it, we're going to do it in a little bit, you'll see it adds up. So if we have that $31 and you got $7.44, you take out 5, you know, well, actually you take out 1% right off the bat for the claim, and then you got to pay the $5 on top of that. So I may add another column in here with the fees added up total if you were to be claiming this. I don't have it yet. Give me a little while and I'll work on that. But you're making $7.44 now. Right now, I believe I have 6 of these. So right now, I am getting $44 a month. My daily income is almost $1.50 per day, which is really not that much. But you know, when you look at $44 a month, and then I have to pay $5 for each node at 6 nodes, it's $30. That means I'm really only making $14.64 a month to have all of these. And again, it's like, well, why am I even bothering, right? Like, why do you even bother? Now, when you get into the higher tier ones, people are, you know, all of a sudden get into the speech of, well, you're making enough money. What do you care? Well, you know what? It's money, and this is a business. And, you know, all because you're making more money doesn't mean that you should not have to worry about it. People don't get rich by not worrying about their money. You know, I see someone come into come into the restaurant that I manage, and, you know, I hear a server say, man, that guy, he rolled out of here in a Corvette or rolled out in a Porsche. He only left me a $2 tip. And I think to myself, you know, yeah, I feel bad for the server because, you know, I want my servers and I want my people to make as much money as humanly possible. But that guy didn't get that Porsche by tipping out $20 when he goes in to get a, you know, a small meal and a drink. he gets that Porsche because he is only paying $2 for a tip, because he is frugal with his money. So please, when I look at the Discord and somebody says something like that, and a lot of people attack them, and I appreciate the Discord, and I don't want to get off on a tangent here, but their Discord has a lot of people that just attack. And in the end, this is a business, okay? It is a business, and when they reduce rewards and you want to bring that topic up, people talk about, well, don't you want the project to be sustainable? Yes, I do, but they should have started off with those rewards and not done what they had done, and then all of a sudden cut them in half, and people that got into this project early are really paying the price for that. And of course, we're all supposed to just say, too bad for you. But you know what? What about that guy that's in there with that money? It's not too bad for him. It's a real burden. So anyway, enough said about that. In the Discord, people should just try to be a little bit mindful of what they're talking about and not just attack everybody, and understand that this is a business and we're here to make money. And if they keep, cutting fees or increasing fees and cutting rewards, I don't think that's very fair to just jump in. I think that when they cut those rewards, perhaps they should have grandfathered people in at that point. All right, enough said. So let's go ahead and look at the Freya. So the Freya, so the rewards for Freya, what was that one? Is that it? Nope, wrong one. So Freya, $10 for Freya. So I think I have 4 Freya. So I'm paying $40 a month. I am pulling in 186, and you got to knock off 40 of that. So I'm really making in 146. So of course, again, I'm going to start with it. But in Discord, they're like, what do you care? You're making $146. Why are you mad? Well, I'm a little upset because, I bought into this with this calculator showing me when I am going to hit my 10th node. And now all of a sudden that's not true, because it's after you multiply that and you go across here, when you get down to these deeper nodes and you're paying on 8 of them and you're paying $10 each, you're paying $80 now. This calculator doesn't really reflect that anymore. So it is, again, a hard pill to swallow, but we're all having to do it. Now, when you come into the upper tiers and, you're paying $20 for these on the Thor, and you say, okay, yeah, you're paying $20, but you're still making $113 if you have one node. Well, yeah, it's true. I am still making $113. But again, I got into this project just slightly before the rewards change, and I mean just before the rewards change, and then they halved it. And then I figured, okay, here's the rewards, the old rewards down here. And if you look at this here, let's take a quick peek at that. Let's put that in there, $31 right now. So you'd be making $306, almost $307. Now the new rewards make you $134. Okay, so yeah, that's a lot. Now, if it was still down here and they were hitting you for $10 or $20, I guess, $20 over here, okay, then maybe I wouldn't have minded as much. But when they hit you for half the fees up front, for half the rewards up front, and then they're going to hit you with these other fees, it is a little disenchanting for the project. So I'm a little disappointed in Thor Financial right now. I am still sticking with it, and I am continuing on my strategy, but it doesn't make me feel good and warm and fuzzy inside. I will, like I said, have a link to this in the description below if you want to check out this spreadsheet. So anyway, today what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and compound up to my 5th node here. And here's my idea with this, is that eventually these things are not going to be for sale anymore. And when Thor Financial stops selling these and they're only available as an NFT and they're only available on the open market, listen, when you sell a business, you basically look at what your profitability is for the last 2 years, or what you're getting, and then that you basically double that. And then that's what you would sell a business for, or ballpark in that area, depending on how popular or different factors in there. But for broad strokes, if your business is profiting $50,000 a year, you may want to sell it for around 100. Maybe you're selling it for 125, even 150. You want someone to talk you down on the price, but the idea is basically doubling it. So let's say that these nodes are making, let's say right here, this Thor at $31 is making $133. Let's bring up the calculator. So we'll go 133 times 12, and you're looking at $1,596. So you're looking around $1,600. And then we're going to times that by 2. So perhaps you may sell that node for around $3,000. And you would think, wow, that's nice to sell one of those for like $3,000. Is it really going to sell for that? I don't know. It's not financial advice, y'all. You got to do what's best for your pocket or pocketbook. Again, don't follow what some guy on the internet's doing. Do your own research, and then when you think you've done enough research, do some more, and don't stop until you're completely sure that you're ready to invest in something. And then when you do push that button, make sure that you're ready to lose that money, because when I bought into this at $205 a price point, and now it's down to $31, be ready to lose some money. Now, when I look at this and I see that maybe potentially I could sell this for $3,000, that sounds great. But then you also have to think about the long term. What if Thor Financial actually does well? What if it lasts out for 5 years? What if it lasts out for 10 years? Who knows? The running theme with this is that, one of the selling points is that someday you're going to have to put this in your will for your kid, because they're going to be getting the return on this. God willing that this goes on for that many years. But if it doesn't, let's say Thor Financial lasts for 4 years, then you would have lost out on doubling that. So if you sold it, if $3,200 was what you'd make in 2 years, you'd be looking around $6,400 over 4 years. So yeah, you'd be leaving that money on the table. But if you did want to sell these, and the idea is that if you did want to sell them, how many would you really want to have? And I'm saying I'd like to have 10. All right, this calculator goes up to 10. I may increase that a little bit, but I'd like to have 10 of each. So the Hebdal, I will make that. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I have right now. So I have 6 Hebdal. And if we look at here now, I'm gonna speculate and say that in about 3 months, these things may not be for sale anymore. So you're looking around 90 days. Let's say 100 days, just to be, round ballpark numbers here. We'll just round it off, so math is simple today. It's early in the morning. Don't hate me for it. But if we go and we have the 6 nodes for Hebdal, and I roll out and say that I'm going to be another 100 days on top of that, so that means I have until 456 days. So if I look here and I want to get to 456, I'll be 16 days over. Technically, it would be 6 days over if you did the 90 days. But I will make my 10th node. Are these really worth it? No, but these would be ones that I would sell as an NFT if I ever wanted to sell a couple and gain a couple extra bucks. I would probably want to sell these, because people who just want to get into this project may want a little teaser, a little taste of what the money's like, especially even now at, what is that, $38.75 to buy into one of these. It's very cheap. That's something that someone could buy into and then build on that, Now, if they did stop these in 90 days, you wouldn't even make it to your second node by that time. You would be, you wouldn't even make it. So if you do want to have a chance, you would need to buy several of these to make it to your 10th node. So I'm on track right here for my 10th one. Now, if I look at my Freya, that one I'm having a little trouble with right now. I'm at 3. As a matter of fact, I just claimed my Freya the other day because I wanted to get another Thor, because ultimately I think Thor is going to be the best one to have. Okay, Odin is going to be the best one to have, but that one right now, even with the price being down, is $2,400. Now, I'll tell you, the other day when it was down at, let's see, 21 bucks, man, $1,600. Again, I don't have $1,600 thrown around. Like I said, I'm working on some different projects behind the scenes here. I'm working to see if I can get a little money together. I may get one of these and try to build up, at least get 2 Odin nodes, because that would be really nice. But unfortunately, I don't have that. And right now, while it is 31, it really does make it a little bit harder to get that at $800 more than it was just the other day. So I may see if that drops down when this all comes together and see if I have enough money, but I don't know if I'll make it there. And even if I did have 100 days, I would not make it 90 days. Technically, I would be almost 25 days, almost a month off of getting my 3rd. So probably wouldn't even make it there. Probably end up with a 2nd node, which I'd be thrilled to end up with at least 2 of these. That would be cool. But nonetheless, my Freya, what I'm looking at, and at $193, almost $200 a node, really all you have to do is just come back here and knock off 90 days. But like I said, for round numbers, we'll do 100. So you need to be at 255. So you really need to be at number 5. You really need 5 here in order to have a chance, because here you'll end up with the 351, and you might just squeak that out if you were to make that, right? You might squeak that out. if it didn't happen exactly in 3 months, or if you were that close, maybe you just grabbed a little extra Avax, you threw it in there, and you did the compound on there to grab that last node. Again, these would be ones that I would be interested in selling down the road, because if the price did go up, let's say the price hit $50, okay, these are going for $75. Let's just do a little math on that really quick. So we'll go 75 times 12, and then we'll times that by 2, 1,800. So you got $1,800. If you're able to sell that for even $1,000, and you bought this in for, $250 or something around that number, even if you got it here for $200, and you're able to sell that for technically 1,800 would be the number. But even if you sold it for 1,500, even if you sold it for 1,000 and you were into it for 200, you 5 times your money right there. So that's still a nice little profit. So again, that's an idea of me maybe selling these down the road and then using that money to invest in other projects, or maybe just sitting on it and gaining some extra. I would love to make it down here and get that. That's an extra $500, $465 a month. Again, let's say that did make it up to $50. It'd be $750. Now, like I said, I bought into this project at 205. So yeah, that looked amazing. This one node. Well, actually, let's look at it down here. This is when I got into it. Let's put it up here, 205, and let's go 205 here. Again, this is the old reward tree. I mean, yeah, of course I bought into this project. I bought into this at $800 a month. You're damn right I was going to buy into it. That was amazing. Knowing that the project could fail, I still bought into this. Now, again, you see how much I paid for that node, that one node when I bought into it. And I did buy into one Hadal when I bought in. So I was into this for $1,500. So now when we scroll back up here and we see that I'm into this for $1,500, and this thing right here at the current price is only going to make me around $900. Let's look over here. Is that right? I got that wrong. I think I got that one. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was just checking my math really quick. Yeah, that is right. So this one's going to make me about $900. That's going to make you around $5,500, almost $5,600 a year. But if I was into this, for the, $1,500 or $1,200 and change, what did I buy into it for? Yeah, $1,280. Let's say almost $1,300. You're looking at 3 months ROI, which is a really nice number, like you've seen in my other videos, because I know you've seen them when I've talked about ASICs. 3 months is like a magic number. If you can hit 3 months for anything, that's an amazing number to ROI. So yeah, that was definitely an amazing number. Obviously, too good to be true. So the idea, though, is that you just back it off there. Let's get back on track. We're going to talk about that. So if you want to back this out at 245, you got to knock 100 days off there. You got to be at 145. So let's look at 145. You really need to have 3 nodes in order to make, you really kind of need 4 nodes, because you're right in that midway point. And if we did the 90 days instead of 100, so that would be, instead of 159, that would be 249. So you would just get by on there and have a little extra left over. So yeah, you really do need to have the 4 nodes here to make that. Over here, I think we were saying we needed 5 nodes. Over here, I think we need 6 nodes. Now, if we want to talk about hitting your 10 over here, and you've got 90 days, so you need to be at 117, you need to be at 107. So you really need to be on your 3rd node to start off with if you want to make it here. So yeah, a little bit better if you want to hit your 10th. You only need to have 3 over here, but of course that's going to be what, 7,260, 7,000, so anyway, $7,200 ish in order to get there. And I don't have $7,200. I don't know if you do. If you do, if you want to drop it, I'll have a link to my Thor wallet down below. You knock yourself out. I'm just kidding. Please don't. If you want to support the channel, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. I appreciate that more than I will the coin, to be honest. Even though you'd be like, that's crazy. Why wouldn't you want the coin? No, really. I appreciate the subs and all the comments down below. It really helps the channel, and it really means a lot. But when I look at these, so you're looking at 6, you're looking at 5, you're looking at 4, you're looking at 3 in order to make it where you get 10. And the reason, again, that I'm going for 10 is that if I ever want to sell any of these off, I still want to have a little bit of a return. So if I did sell, let's say I sold 1 or 2 of my Thor nodes, and it was at $31, I'd still be making about $1,000 a month. And that's a nice number, you know? I mean, that's not bad at all. But to be honest, I'd probably sell off all of these. I'd sell off all of these. Maybe I'd keep one of each just for nostalgia and just say, hey, yeah, I bought these originally. I'm keeping one, whatever. Maybe I'd keep the very first one I bought of each of those. But I probably wouldn't want to sell off any of these. And I'll be honest, I would love to get one Odin node. And I've even debated on that, you know, any of the money that I make on this, I might use to just compound over here, because I would have God mode. And that's another feature that they offer, is that if you have one of each node, then you have God mode, which means you can, well, first off, you can only compound in that tier. So if I have a Thor node and I'm ready to compound, like we're going to do here in just a minute before I continue on this video for too long, I only can compound within Thor. But if I had an Odin also, and I had one of each, I could take the money from all of the Hadal, the Freya, and the Thor and compound into an Odin node with God mode if you have all 4. If I have Heimdall, the Freya, and the Thor like I do now, I can only compound within each tier. It's only when you have God mode that you can compound in any tier. So I could take my Odin earnings and I could compound that into my Freya if I wanted to. I don't know why you would, but that's the idea behind that. You could use these cross any way you want to compound, which is kind of cool. But again, for $2,400, I don't know if that cool factor plays in there as much as I'd like it to. Anyway, let's hop over to Thor and let's look at this, because we're going to compound. This is a feature that they did just add with their update. They do link it to your wallet. So if you want to compound, you can use your Thor that you have in your wallet. Before, it was only the Thor that you had in your Thor rewards. But now we're able to do that. So we're going to go ahead and continue on with my amazing naming convention. I have a 4th Thor here. So let's go down here. As you can see, Euclid T4. I know it's impressive to know that naming convention. Don't copy that. Okay, use your own. Anyway, we're going to be going with Euclid T5, and we're going to do the compound because it will link up with my wallet where I have 2.51, and here I have 10.14. I need 12.5, so between the 10 and the 2.5, I should have enough to do this. So we're going to go ahead and highlight this. We are here with the T5. I did have to approve the contract in order. When you first start your nodes, you need to approve your contract so it recognizes your wallet address, and there is a small gas fee for that. And now that where they are having the new way to compound with your wallet and your rewards, they did need to approve the contract again, which was just a minuscule amount. It was like 0.00, I don't know, 1.002, something. It was amazingly cheap. So it really was nothing. But what it's done is that it's opened that feature up for me. So let's go ahead. We've got that here. We've got that there. We're highlighted there. We're going to go ahead and hit compound tier rewards. This is the first time I'm doing the first compound here. As you can see, it's 0.069, almost 0.7. Wow, that's really, let's go ahead and get up here and check out some other fees. You know, let's go right here, 0.05. You know I'm cheap, so let's always, yeah, it says right now the fees are a little high overall. Let's see. Man, yeah, a lot of action on the network today, so that is a little high, 0.05. I'm going to go ahead and take care of that now before that gets any higher. So we're going to let that run. That should only take a quick second for it to happen. And let's just get that. The avalanche chain is extremely fast, and there you go. The transaction just went through, and the fees are really just sickeningly low. An amazing thing. So now this 4 should magically change to a 5 any second now. As you can see, my rewards are gone here. My money's gone over here. Let's let that go for a quick second. Maybe I might refresh this. It usually just pops right up. Dum-da-dum. Let's hit refresh. And there it is. Now I have 5. And I have used up all of my rewards. Since I've clicked that reward, you can see we've already gained a little bit in the rewards. So my Freya, I did cash that out, and I took that money and had that in my wallet in order to get that other Thor node, because I did want to get that a little bit sooner, because the idea, if we go back to the chart, is that, yeah, I'm going to hit this mark and I'm going to have a couple days to spare. But I would rather hit this mark as early as possible and then hopefully get to an 11th or 12th node, okay? Because each node at, say, $31, you're making $133 a month. That would be, looks another person has just joined in to edit this chart, so we'll see if they make any changes. But if I'm making an extra $266 a month, and you throw that on top of the $1339, you're looking at $1,600 a month for the reward here. So $1,600 is obviously a little nicer than $1,300. So the idea is that, I'd love to get a couple more of these. So I probably will debate on what I'm going to do here. If the price does drop again a little bit, I may grab a couple more of these and see what I might do. I will definitely hit the Hadal. It's not even worth claiming the rewards to put into the Thor because it's so minuscule. I mean, Thor per month is 2.4. You're looking 3 months in order to get half of what I need in order to do a Thor. So I am just going to let these run out because, again, these are ones that I'm probably going to be selling off. These, I'm debating on whether I'm going to push this one up and get to that 10th. I might throw some more money into this, but I really am going to be cautious about putting any more money into this project because they do keep adding fees and taxes and slashing rewards. And you know what? It's not exciting to see those things, and it doesn't make me want to put more money in here. What it does make me want to do is claim my rewards and use that money to pay the fees, which is exactly what they don't want you to do. But unfortunately, they're forcing me to do that because I don't want to keep taking more money out of my pocket and dropping into this. So, I may not be the most popular guy out there when it comes to Discord, when it comes to this topic, but unfortunately, I look at this as a business. And if you're not looking at it like a business, then you're looking at it wrong. I started off to have a little fun, but in the end, you have to realize that it is a business. And when you have a node or two, maybe it is fun to see the money coming in and you're like, all right, cool. Hey, who knows where this is going to go? Maybe Thor's going to make it to $500. Woohoo, yay. I'm going to make $1,200 a month. Yeah, that sounds great. Is it going to make it there? No. Okay, maybe. Probably not. But you know what? If this got up to, $70, that'd be a really nice number to sit at. I'd love it for all of these to get up to around $70. That'd be a really nice number to hit. But right now, we deal with what we got. So we're at 31, and that's how life is. All right. So, listen, I appreciate you checking in. I don't want to keep going on. I think I've been talking long enough. Hit that button down below for subscribing. I appreciate that. Thumbs up. Let me know what you think about this. Don't give me too many thumbs down if you don't agree with this video, because of course a lot of people aren't going to agree with this video. There's a lot of things I talk about today that are going to be tough for people to want to agree with. But you know where that's left for? It's left for the comments. So let me see what you got to say about that down below. Let me see what you're doing. Are you compounding up to 10? Do you plan on selling when these go to the NFT and they're on the free market? Or on the open market? I wish they're free market. But on the open market, is that what you're going to do? Because that's what I'm probably going to do. Probably sell off a couple of these, make a couple extra bucks, maybe invest in some other node projects. But who knows? We're going to let this ride. Again, like I say with a lot of my projects, I'm driving the bus. We're going to go until the wheels fall off, Because I'll tell you the truth. Once you invest your money in Thor, you don't get that money back. Once you buy the node is yours for life. It's not like some of these projects where you put the money in to stake the money. And at some point, if you want to, get out, you can take your stake money back and get out of this. When you do this with Thor, you put your money in, it's gone, it's theirs. So, when I say you're going to drive the bus till the wheels fall off, you really don't have any choice, y'all. You're on the bus with me, and we're all going to hell. No, I'm kidding. All right, I appreciate y'all checking in. I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching.